My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived two deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Ses, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Share this video, share the video. Please share the video. This is our fourth day on radio on 96.1 FM. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up because I hope nothing happened to my microphone today. I'm just waiting for studio, and right now the news is on in Liberia, so I'm waiting. Whenever the news is finished, then Siddiqui is already in studio, and then he will bring me on. So today we'll be having a good show. Today we will talk about Bon County. You know, the campaign have already started, not officially, but by right. Unofficial campaign have started. We got to give the news. Yeah. So please share the video to all your contacts. That's all you can do for us. I appreciate you highly, your time, your effort, everything. We are doing it together. We are in this thing together. It's not just one person. So I don't want to take the glory. You got the glory. You are the one who making this show to go viral. So please share it for us. That's all you can do. Just share it. And by the grace of God, on Friday, I will bring in Franklin. Franklin Wisse is one of the founder member of SEAL, Intellectual Center in Monrovia. And one of the big intellectual center, this guy was once former sedition. Now he's a strong supporter of Alexander Cummings, who believe that we need change in Liberia. And also, we'll talk about Darius Dillon, Senator Darius Dillon. We just want the Liberian people to know that Senator Darius Dillon behavior what is going on, because this is the guy that we all supported before. Now he have changed, and we're just realizing that there are a lot of con artists in Liberia when it comes to politics. You know, most of our people think that, and that's the belief, because most of the politicians lie. That's why I always like to try and follow people who are not typical politicians, but they some because of some reason they decided to get into politics, and these people are better off. Like you see, I consider Mr. Cummings a technocrat. I consider Charlene Bronskin a technocrat, because these people are not typical politicians. They are not afraid to tell you the truth. They tell you the truth just how they see it. It's like Mr. Cummings. I've never heard of real politician in Liberia talking about fighting corruption, insisting and consistent that I will fight corruption to the letter. If I will lose vote, no problem. But corruption is the problem. It's a toxic. It's one of the poisonous and slow killing of our people. And I never heard them saying anything. Some of them, because they don't want to lose vote, they rather sleep with the devil, and they pretend. Like example, Senator Darius Dillon. He pretended to us as if he was this wonderful guy. He was so humble. But let me tell you something. You owe no one an apology. I owe no one an apology for supporting him, because I don't know your intention. I don't know what you're thinking about right now. No decision is right until it is right. But not because we make a mistake that means we can make it. We can get it right. No, we can still get it right. We can get it right. Yeah. So I think I have John's studio. We are about to start, and Siriki. So
Good morning.
please share the video. Share the video.
Okay,
Share.
first, good morning. This is a general show. Welcome on the general show. We're going to be back shortly. Just keep on the radio. Keep on the radio today. This is going to be fascinating. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Today is the first day of our show in the week. That is Monday. We come on 3 days in a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so we are on today. We will be joined by our host, Mr. Monique Kitchen, aka the General, any moment from now. And so keep around the radio. And today's edition, is going to be very, very great because we're going to highlight the engagement of Mr. Cummings in Bon Country, especially in the Liberia politics. And so we're going to bring you all of the updates here today on the Generation. So keep around the radio. We will be back. Let's take our musical break.
You done? You waiting for me, Siriki? Oh. Okay. Thank you very much, guys in studio. I appreciate you.
Already here. Good morning, Mr. Kishan. You are welcome on the show.
Okay. Thank you, and to my Liberian people and the two strong working guys in studio right now. I want to say thank you very much. This is the general show that comes on every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. So I want to say thank you very much for your time, your patience. Please, I want you to open your minds, open your ears, and let us have a very good conversation concerning Liberia. This is not about, it's not personal, but we all want the best for Liberia. That is why we are spending our time on radio to educate our people, and you will also educate us. So please let us have a great show today. But before we go into our show, I will, from today on, we will always play you the vision of Alex Cummings, the vision of CPP, the bedrock where we're going to start from. This is what we have for the Liberian people, and this is what we all can do together to build our country. So I want you to sit back. I want you to listen to what Mr. Cummings has been saying since 2016. And he's been very consistent. And this is what he's been saying. And that is why he visited every radio station, and he will tell you this is what we need to do as a nation. Simple, and you will understand it. So please sit back and just listen to Mr. Cummings, what he had to say about his agenda.
The leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not feed ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we're focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So, for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after these things called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay? So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government, because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the how's. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. we need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, Sidiki, how are you today? And to people in Radio Land, you listen to the beautiful piece. And something I took in there, Sidiki, I want for some people to, when Mr. Cummings said, we don't want you to be a spectator in our economy. This was put together by Mr. Cummings in 2016 when he decided to run for office. So to tell the Liberian people, I don't want you to be a spectator in the economy, when President Weah used the same word in his speech. So these are things that Mr. Cummings has been saying a long time. And when you look at Mr. Cummings today, Sidiki, I don't think Mr. Cummings, even when he was building his house, he never hired foreigners to build his place. Mr. Cummings believed in the Liberian economy, believe in the people of Liberia that they are the only people who can fix the economy. So sometimes people think that Mr. Cummings is the kind of guy who will just bring, no. Mr. Cummings believed in the Liberian people. That is why he hired Liberians in everything that he undertakes. So you see, we tell our people, this is what Mr. Cummings is saying. The most important thing in Liberia that we need electricity. When you get electricity, you find a job, you create jobs. Because when you going back to the drawing board to make sure that we get electricity, companies will come to Liberia because nobody wants to run a generator. Then we talk about drinking water. The most important thing in Liberia, that if we get clean drinking water today, we can build reservoir all over that place because our pipes in Liberia, before you get to the city, the pressure is low. So this is a simple thing, my people. We can do it. The other people, they're not better than us. The other countries are not better than us. We can get a clean drinking water. That alone will create jobs. We'll kill typhoid, diarrhea, all these funny little sicknesses will go away. Then we talk about internet. Why in this age, you cannot call people in Maryland, certain places of Maryland, you can't get nobody. You go in certain place of Grand Gila, you can't, even right in Montserrado, if you enter certain place in Todi, you can't get nobody on the telephone. In this age, it's wrong. When you get all these three things, it's job creation right there. Because the businessman will be able to sell his little wire, the electrician will do work, the plumber will get a job, the people who are technicians, who into cell phone business will be able to create job. Then you will employ more people. That is how the job creation starts. So in everything, you need security, because security is part of infrastructure. Now, when you get all these things, you start in your business. Then you say agriculture. Agriculture is the bedrock of any nation. You must be able to feed yourself. He said we'll invest into agriculture, not just to give the people fertilizer, because our soil is good. This man has been saying this thing and he has not changed. Mr. Cummings is the #1 consistent politician in Liberia. That is why he's going around the country. He believes that we must decentralize Liberia. The man in Maryland, Grand Gila, should enjoy the same facilities of government with the man in Montserrado. Monrovia is not Liberia, my people. That is why you see Monrovia is so crowded up. So that is why we continue to say, look, you people are good people. You are hardworking people. But because of lack of leadership, that is why things are hard. Lack of leadership. That is why today there is no justice in Liberia. Every Liberian deserves better. You deserve better to live, because based on your intellect, based on your ideas, that is how you will feed your family. Then he talked about education. How can you talk about education when you don't talk about teachers training? You got to train everybody. Sidiki, my job here today, if they bring out new products, They will bring certain guys, train you, then you will train the other people. That is how teachers looking. You must train the teachers. When you train teachers, you can even put the student outside, you will get a better school. Then from there, what you do, it's not just to be building, building all the place. Oh, that's school. They get people with schools in Monrovia, in Liberia. There's no football field, there's no basketball court, there's no gym, there's no lab. Then this man talk about and health. After doing all the things, you will get sick. He said we need primary health care. Primary health care is when you in your community, all the little communities will get clinic, they will get everything, they will get ambulance, they will get all these different things that you don't have to be rushing to JFK or rushing to Redemption Hospital. That is what Mr. Cummings talking about. But the one that caught my heart, that every Liberian, what are you from CDC, UP, ALP, NDR, ANC, Liberty Party, you must work. Nobody should deprive you. If you qualify, you want to apply to be a sweeper, nobody should stop you because you're supporting CPP. No, you are a Liberian, you're entitled to it. That is why Mr. Cummings don't care whether you in ANC or you in Liberty Party or you in CPP, member of CPP. The problem, Mr. Cummings, look at you as a Liberian. That is why we asking you. This is not rocket science. We have no reason to lie to you on this radio. I myself, I want to stay. I just left from Liberia just a few days ago. I love my country. You love your country. We all want to see better Liberia. We cannot be the oldest African nation, one of the richest countries in West Africa, but our people are poor. Our young women selling in the street, smart women. And I know the men will get vexed with me, but the women are the hard-working people. Even if they enjoy, they tell you the truth. They say, oh, the country too hard. Hey, the men. But the women, that is why Mr. Cummings took a young, beautiful, educator, smart, intelligent lawyer. A young woman. That is the gateway to the youth. That is the gateway to the young people, because the young people are the pressure jury of Liberia. So my people, why can't we do the right thing? You got one vote. I got one vote. For your information, I'm voting. So don't think I'm sitting here, I'm not voting. No, I am voting. You are smarter than me. You in Liberia, but the opportunity is not given to you. That is why we're asking you, this coming election, the destiny, the future of Liberia is in your hand. Please do not sell it. Do not just give it to somebody because you think you love them. Do not fall in love with politicians. Fall in love with politicians because you admire their jobs. You admire their platform. How many of them tell you how to create jobs? Nobody. How many of them going to a radio station? Nobody. How many of them going around talking to people? Everybody sitting in Monrovia and think that Monrovia is Liberia. It's not fair to the other people. Nima County, Grand Jide, Lofa County, Cape Man, Bombing Hills, Maryland, Bopolu, all these counties are important. They are all Liberians. Don't talk about tribe. We are Liberians. The same problem the student going in today. The student cannot afford. Government cannot even afford to. Government not even sponsoring and helping in public schools. If you rich, you want to send your child to a good private school, fine. But at the same time, the poor man should have the same quality education. Our children selling water in the street. 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, you see little babies selling for the mom. You can't do nothing to the mom or the dad because you don't have free education. There's no free education in Liberia. Children spend $15,000 just to go to public schools, and they barely don't make the money. How they will send a child to public school? But when the government pass the law, listen, we need free education in Liberia. If you don't send your child to school, then the government can come after you. But the government can't do nothing to you because the woman got to go sell her bread. Mind you, I got to make sure in the morning she sell her donut. Some of us said we sold donut in Lokintown. I sold donut for my mom. I was going to Tottenham, come from school, I go sell donut. But those days, it was still better. At least, but it's not. So we understand what it means, poverty. When they talk about poverty, we know what it means when you got to eat late. Imagine Sometimes the woman will give the children the food late because they don't want you to disturb. So they will not cook 12 o'clock. Sometimes they will cook around 6 o'clock. So after eating, you go to bed. Or sometimes 7 o'clock. Today, some of the houses, they can cook 12 o'clock in the night because the mom or the pop will have to go sell, come home, and before they found food for our children. This is not fair to us. As a nation, we can do better, my people. That is why Mr. Cummings is insisting. Mr. Cummings is not into this thing here because he wants to get rich. And before I go to my co-host, I want to say this to you. You are in District 1, District 2, District 3, District 4. You in Montserrado, or you in different county, because people listen to us in Grand Bassa County, Nima, all around. In 11 counties, people listen to us. Now, this is the thing. This is where you got to start from. You in your district, you had a senator or a representative who been there for 12 years. I want to give you this simple thing. If you got a representative who been there 12 years or 6 years, and you don't have a community center or ambulance or fire truck in your area, you need to fire them. You need to vote against it. Let me give you an example. I was just doing a research. When you buy or use fire truck, you can spend $20,000 for a new or used fire truck. You can spend sometimes $15,000, or if you want to make it look good, $30,000. And these guys, they receive 30 times 12. Some of them receive $30,000 every year for community engagement. Can you imagine? You don't get a town. For example, Akaras Gray in District 8, Solomon George in District 7. You got all these different districts, like Sibo in District 16 in Nukutan. You don't have no fire truck. So what they did with this money, the 30,000 they receive, they put it in a pocket. Then you still want to vote for them. They look at you. They say you're not serious. You're supposed to get all these things because that's a free money. They put it in a pocket. No accountability. This is where you need to start from. Vote against these people. Because if I get in $30,000, I should be able to build a community center that would take at least 500 people in a hall. I should be able to get a small clinic, and the government will sponsor that clinic. We should get a fire truck, and people in Nukutan will be able to get a job at the fire company. People will be able to get a job. You should get a police car. You should get everything set for your people because you don't want getting the money. We don't have to wait for the president to do it. So you see, that is why we're talking. That is why Mr. Cummings said in my administration, superintendent will be very, very important. Superintendent will be on the same thing with a minister because the superintendent runs the state. The superintendent runs the county. But today, that is why the representative and senator, they just running all over the place, eating money. They got to develop. No, representative or senator, they are not humanitarian. That's not their job. Their job is to make laws. Their job is to hold the president accountable. But they're not doing it because we the one that allow them. We are the one who continue to beg. These people go to work 2 days. Why I should run behind my representative to see him? Why I should go to Capitol building to look for my representative? My representative, when I say I want to see him, he should see me. I go in the community. He's supposed to come around the community, but we make them rich. They travel, they get married, they have the lavish thing. Why you stay put? So ask yourself the question today. I elected Akara Gray for 12 years now, and look at my life. I'm still living in District 8 and still struggling to work. But today, Akara Gray can show you 10 cars. He's driving Mercedes-Benz. You look at Solomon George today. Solomon George, who was nobody yesterday. But today, these guys, they are bragging. They got money. And you are still living in West Point. Ask yourself the question. You got to replace them and bring new people because change do not come overnight. You got to do it gradually. At the end of the day, you must be able to tell your lawmakers, say, listen, we are tired with you. We will not beg you. We will vote against you. That is what Mr. Cummings is saying. Even if you make Mr. Cummings president, which Mr. Cummings will be the next president, because it's clear on the wall. You have eyes, but you can't see. You have ears, but you chose not to hear. The other people, they're telling you, oh, it's not Mr. Cummings' time. When will be Mr. Cummings' time? If it is not Mr. Cummings' time, when will be your time? This is not about time. This is not dress right dress. Politics is not first come, first serve. We want people with a better idea. You need to ask the question, what will you do? We know when snake bite you, when you see worm, you will run away, you think a snake. But at the same time, not because you had an accident, that means you can't ride car again. No, we got to try people. Government is their responsibility to protect us. When the president said, I will protect and defend the Constitution of Liberia, he's talking about the people. The people are the Constitution. It's not just the paper, it's the people. You are matter. Your vote is important. I got one, you got one. The president got one. Mr. Cummings got one. The other people got one. The other side is not telling us what they will do. Mr. Cummings is telling you what I will do. This man, look at his life. This man, God bless him. His children will not suffer. But this man is down to earth. This man chose to be part of us. If we don't have a good government, Mr. Cummings will suffer in Liberia. You will suffer. I will suffer. Every one of us will suffer. So we need good for Liberia. So let me turn over to Siddiqui, but I just want you to listen to this, my people. We're begging you. We ain't got no reason or lying to you. The radio station today, True FM, if we get a good government, True FM will train and they will employ more people. But everything they're doing, hey, it's a private business. But don't you know government is supposed to subsidize this radio station? Government is supposed to subsidize private schools. But all the people that get school in Liberia today, they are all government officials. Nima Kante, Mr. Prince Johnson built a university, but the university don't even have a football field. They don't even have a basketball court. I'm telling you. But Mr. Cummings built the Nima Community College, the engineering department. Today you go to BWI, it stayed the same. The only generator that gave them light was purchased by Mr. Cummings. You go to the University of Liberia today, Mr. Cummings gave the highest when it comes to scholarship, when it comes to fundraiser, $2 million. The university today, the computer lab, I challenge you, you go and check it out. Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings got the only STEM school. STEM school is one of the best schools around the world today. Where when you go there, they say science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. When you leave that high school, trust me, you can find a job. But how much is that school? They play politics. The international school is almost $10,000. Mr. Cummings school is $600. Education is not cheap. If you think it's cheap, then let's try ignorance and see. But we need to educate our children. We need to educate our people. Education is the bedrock of any nation, my people. We cannot keep our people, we call them disadvantaged youth, the Zogos. If we're serious today, by this time, we'll get over 10,000 Zogos with a job. But because we're not serious, because of corruption, my people, because of corruption, our children steal cell phone, we put them in jail. You know why they steal the cell phone? Because government don't care. They check your bag because government don't care about them. That is why when they steal, you go to Central Prison, you see all the Zogos, but you not find one government official there who stole $1 million. They all walking in the street bragging. You killed my man, you killed my pa. For what reason? And we award them. Prince Johnson is a senator today. George Bush is a representative. We got all these people who are warlords, who are and chairman or leader of the group. But we try to go after innocent people who join the rebel because of hardship. Today they transform their life. We try to go after our own people. The man in the community who ain't know nothing about the war. You won't go after him. But the man who brought the war, you gave him something to do. You gave him position. He's your leader today, running around. Please, Liberians. Siddiqui, come in there. Take it from there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You know, you said it right. And I just want our Liberian people, I hope they're listening and they're going to take this message. It is so frustrating that we are living the way we are living in this 21st century. Most Liberians now can't even afford to find food to eat. Let's talk about, having a basic need in terms of education, health, and whatsoever. This is sad. And this is the right time for us to correct all those things. Because the last time I checked, 5 years ago, 2017, this is the same way some patriotic Liberians, some people who knew that Mr. Weah and his friends could not deliver nothing to this country, were in the media educating Liberians. But because you felt that this man was one of you who came from nowhere, in the slum community, and you went over there, you voted for him overwhelmingly. Since then, our life, your life, have been the same. But he and his friends continue to enrich themselves. Look at what happened this morning. Eugene Nangbe and Samuel Tue went on ELBC for 4 good hours, struggling to lie to you. And what they did, they gave the phone number to a government official. They were the one calling in. No critical question was being asked. This is to tell you how much they have failed you. The only thing they can talk about road. Where is the road? Where? If you're going to Maryland, you have to spend 1 week on the road. Is that the road they are doing? The Rabat International Airport is a death trap today. If you are driving there by 11 o'clock, you're going to be taking risks with your life. Do you know how many Liberians have lost their life on the Rabat International Airport road? This is sad. But they went on the state radio this morning, ELBC. The maritime boss, Mr. Nambe and Tue, to misinform you. And then they didn't even give you the opportunity to ask them the hard question. They share the numbers on government officials and people that they have given peanut deck to, or packaging to call in and employ them. They don't care about you. So this is the time for you, the Liberian people, to correct the wrong. And we have 3 options. This is exactly what we continue to say to you. 3 options. And the 3 options we have is you go back to the past that caused you to vote for Mr. Weah and his friends today because you were frustrated based on the failure of the past government before Mr. Weah or the CDC government came to power. Or you continue to what Mr. Weah and his friends are doing today. Every day you wake up, you hear somebody dying somewhere. The hardship increasing in the country. If this is what you want to continue with for the next 6 years to come up to 2029, that is your business. But you have a choice. You have a decision to make. A real change, which the people of Bon County responded to last Saturday, during the weekend, overwhelmingly. The Clean Hand Ticket, that program in Bon County, sent a clear message. And I want Liberians all over to follow the lead of Bon County. The people came out in thousands and hundreds of numbers to speak out. Look, we are tired of recycling politicians. This is the clean hand ticket we want. When we say clean hand ticket, we mean people that have not benefited from the resources of the country to use our same research to exploit us. And the people came out this gone Saturday, overwhelmingly, to endorse the ticket of the fixer team or the clean hand ticket or the CPP, by the way. So we have an option, my fellow Liberians. You wake up in the morning, the only thing you can think about is to get a food to eat. Most Liberians today, if you don't ask family members abroad or in the diaspora, in the US, you cannot be able to sustain yourself. This is sad. This is disgraceful. You don't deserve that. What you deserve is to work hard for yourself in this country or to do a business that you can do well for yourself. And the only person who can do that, the only person who has the contact, the connection, the credibility, or the competency to do that is Mr. Alexander B. Cummings or the CPP. Because you have done it before. Everywhere this man walked, when he left those places, he did better than he met those places or he entered those companies. So you have done it before. You have a clear record of fixing things. And we are asking Liberians. We are not imposing things on you. But we have to stand up. Every day you open the phone line, you will hear people talking, and you are right. Or, election time, we hear these things. At the end of the day, our life don't change. It is the same story. You are right. But listen to me. This is one thing we don't do. You have to be able to check people's record, what they have done for themselves. How can a man come to you and say they want to rescue your life, but they have not rescued themselves? How can a man come to you and say they can make changes in your life, but their life is not even nowhere to be found? Nothing. So you can make your own investigation, your own research. What have this person done? What's the credibility of this person? Where have this person worked? What is the experience? What is the benefit on the masses, on you? This is not about feeling sympathy for somebody. Or let's feel sorry for the man. This is the man last time. Let's give. This is not about it. Talking about that ain't man time. That ain't man time. When will be your time? Your children deserve better. If you cannot go to the polls come October 10 to vote for yourself, to vote for your future, think about your unborn children or your children. The little kids that are under the age of 18 or 10 that are coming out, they don't deserve to be selling cold water in the street simply because you're going through hardship. So when they come, they should go through the same hardship. No. They are not responsible for the backwardness of Liberia. So they should not experience the same thing. We must do better. What kinds of country that you elect people, they come there to do the same thing over and over, no change. And then people who have come to change the status quo, they stand against those people. So we Liberians should stand up and say it is enough that we will take a side with the fixer team or the CPP. Because those people mean they don't mean anywhere for you. This morning interview on the state radio ERBC was a clear indication that the CDC have lost track. You went on a radio station 4 hours. Nothing you could tell the Liberian people. And then the most disgusting thing about it, you gave a number to a specific group of people, no critical questions were being asked, thinking that you play with the minds of the people. But the Liberian people are saying it. If you think that Mr. We have done well, the Liberian people are saying it. Every day, every corner, every country, district, community you go in, people are crying with the continue of or the level of hardship in the country. To the extent that Liberians in the diaspora, that involvement into our politics now is only because of the hardship. The burden is on them. Family members and even people they don't even know continue to ask them for assistance. So we have to open our eyes. We have to stand up. And if you look at those people who want to be president of the country, the only men who keep telling you that, look, you deserve better. You don't need government job. You don't need to graduate. Look at what happened at the transport ministry a few months ago. You have people protesting. People who had degree, went to school for 4 years to get a degree. How many dollars were protesting for? Some $50, some of them $100. People who have a degree in their own country. And the most weakest part of this is this. They're not even getting the money on time. As small as the money is, they can't get that money on time. This is complete wickedness. And you have the legs of Eugene Nangbe, Jefferson Koji enriching themselves with Minister Toy, and then they come on radio, they mislead you. You will have to stand for yourself, or you continue with this bad governance or backwardness. We need to go up front. You're not going backward no more. This is the option that we have on the table. Mr. Weah and his friends have failed the Liberian people. They had a mandate, 6 years. They could have done something better to change our life, to put a system in place that Liberians could have been proud of their country today. But this country have even lost credibility on the international scene to an extent that the American, our traditional partner, ambassador in the country, will be making denigrating statements about our country. This is shameful. The American issue, the last statement the American ambassador issued. Most of you must have read that statement, talking about the roads leading to some of those countries, is bad off, especially some of those medical facilities, no medication. The funding in the budget is not being given, or the support is not even being given to those health facilities across the country. This is disgraceful. And you don't need to play politics with your life. This is not the time of politics. Okay. This is the time to put your country up for. So let's go back to
you said it all. A young man who's struggling could be like any other person, and which is the fact. I listened to ELBC today this morning. I usually listen to most of the stations. But I will tell you, Sidiki, I felt so bad to listen to people lying to our citizens. because they believe that Liberians are still the same. We talk about roads. You and myself went to Nimba County. I went to Sacred Pier. They talk about a wonderful road. They paved 1 mile, and all the other side of Sacred Pier Road was ordered. I went to Robertsfield International. If that road is fixed, fine. But that road, I want to tell you, Liberian people, stop fooling yourself. It would take us 4 to 5 years to finish it, because they have not even got to the bridge yet. They got to build a bridge. They got to open it up. So you see, that is why the roads are all messing up. Nobody vote for a president because you put a road. Road cannot put food on your table. We need roads that will give us economic benefits, like the road going to RIA. If the road going to the border, our people can bring things in to all the different borders. But don't tell me that you put a little community road and you want me to vote for you in 5 years. The people's life has not changed yet. But all you do is road. No, road is not important. We all need roads. But the most important thing in the people is the people. You must make sure that every Liberian can provide for themselves. You must create the job. If you create the job, they got short term, they got long term. Because every government continue. When Madam Serif signed all these agreements concerning roads, the 45-kilometer road going to Robertsfield, $50 million was given from to this country, to Liberia. But that money was used for a different thing. They call it dig hole and cover hole, according to Eugene Nangwe. Mr. Nangwe, I respect him. As a Liberian, he's my friend. I want to say thanks again for his condolence messages and his contribution. But Liberia is better. Liberia is better than he and myself. In a sense, when I say Liberia is the #1 priority of us. But look at them today. Today, Eugene Nangwe can afford it to drive us $80,000 car. He's a government official. You got Samuel Twell, who's the Minister of Finance, who can do whatever he wants to do, but could go on a national radio and play on the minds of our suffering Liberian people and gave them, we all know the trick, gave the numbers to people to call. My people, this is not rocket science. God will not come from heaven to tell you that you're catching hard time. Why you should be catching hard time and you stay singing? Oh, say, you stay singing. Ask yourself the question. You and Jefferson Koji were singing yesterday. You and Jefferson Koji were in the same political party, but your life have gone backward. Why Jefferson Koji today is a millionaire? He's a millionaire, but you are still sitting there. Oh, I love President Weah. He played football for Liberia. But look at what government. You driving today, you see somebody coming on the opposite lane towards you. There are people, no insurance, no nothing. People are dying in the street from accident for nothing. Look at the people that die on Robertsfield Highway when the truck ran into all these people. What happened with the families? Nothing. Nothing. It's just for nothing. So there is nothing there for us anymore. We must make that decision. You must vote. If you allow CDC to come back to power, you are committing a suicide, a political suicide. If you allow the past to come back to power, you are also committing a political suicide for the last 17 years. With all the good that Ellen did, and she did some worse things, they refused to tell us 2017. But they're telling us today, at least, no, there should be nothing at least. That is why, let me give you a little example. When you're looking for a leader, 3 things you find in a leader, if this person is a good person. 1 is honesty. Honesty is the foundation of any leadership. Nobody teach you honesty in school. Nobody is perfect. Only God perfect. But an honest man will not suppress you. An honest man will not steal from you. An honest man will not kill you. Then you get something called integrity. Integrity is about you, the individual. That means you respect your name. You want for your children to live. Then you get something called empathy. Empathy is that, hey man, I can feel for the man. That means you understand what it means if you can't find food. You get the three things in life. Nobody teach you in school. Nobody. But I will tell you today, you will not find no Talbot coming back to power. You will not find no Tottenham coming back to power. You will not find no Taylor coming back to power. Neither the Salif or the Weir, because they have already have no integrity. They have damaged the family name. So even if your name is Weir, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So we need to stop this, my people. You don't want to live in a hardship. I live in a hardship. We are into the hardship. Not because I'm sitting behind a microphone and talking to you, but I'm talking to you because of you. I'm talking to you because of you and myself. We are all going through the hardship. I come to Liberia, I drive a car, I got to buy gas. The gas that costs $5, there's no party line. When I go in the market to buy my Kobo, the old man gave me $3.50. You yourself will pay $3.50. But not because I get small money in my pocket. Our professionals have turned to be professional beggars. We got people dressed up looking for job. They can't find job. But yet instead, these guys will go on radio and lie to you. Oh, we fix road. The road are in front of your house can pour food on your table. The most important thing, security and job security for what people to get. If the people in Liberia had jobs, all the thing president we are doing, nobody would say nothing about it. But no jobs. You can't even, Liberia, it's like in the night, 2 o'clock, you can't drive in the street in Liberia. You are afraid. You think it's a war zone. You driving, you see checkpoints all over the place. The policemen get on color clothes. It reminds you when you were during the war, where you see rebel passing by you with no uniform. All these things, it traumatized us. The only place you will see people when you go to the drinking spot, because the people got to go take their frustration out. But you driving from Monrovia, you going home, the whole place is like a ghost area in the night. Liberia was not like that before. So when you people be talking, you understand we can do better. The whole world used to respect us, but we can bring that respect back. That is why we're asking you. Ask your political leader. It is your right to support who you want to support. But let me say this to you. If you think the government that you got is better, keep it. Or you move forward. We're not forcing Mr. Cummings. Never say, Mr. Cummings said, listen, we got 3 floors men. We are all men. We got one little problem. But we want you to be honest. Take a side. Choose someone for your own benefit. Take a side. Don't sit there and say, I will not vote. And most of you will not vote because I saw people who refuse to register. I saw people who refuse. Now, because you don't register, the people who register will make the difference. There's a saying, they say, if the police is not available, the Boy Scout will be police. They say if the capable is not available, the uncapable becomes capable. So that means you who are qualified, you refuse to participate. Now, at the end of the day, you will get all kinds of people. You leave your district and go to another district to vote. Your district will get a bad representative, and then you're going to give the other representative or other district bad representative. We need to vote in our district. It's already happening. But for the future, we need to sit in our district and vote. Don't let these people use you as criminal. You selling something that is belonging to you. You selling something that's supposed to change your children's life. You are the one who's selling your vote. Don't tell me you live in Monrovia or I live in Monrovia, but I will go all the way to my county in Lofa County to vote. Amen. The place you live in, you need good representative. Okay, we already did it. But even in Lofa County that you're going to vote, or the Bon County, or what, are you going to vote right? Or do you go, or you going there to go sell your vote? I saw a kid with 3 voter registration cards. But guess what's going to happen? That is for nothing for registration card, because when you cast your first vote, don't go to the second place because they will arrest you. Because this time now the biometric is working and they will put that thing on your finger, the invisible ink. So I just want to tell you, I told the kid, I said, you can get 10 voting cards, but guess what? They will catch you on election day. So we need to be honest to ourselves. My people will beg you. Honesty is the key. Put it in your own life. Be honest to your friend. When your friend drop his wallet, but I know you not give it to him. But some places you drop your wallet, you will get it from there. Not everybody in Liberia is dishonest, but the women, I give it up to you. You people are hard-working people. You people, you in the street, you selling cold water, you selling plenty chips, you selling things. I see you walking, beautiful women. You people are strong. You are stronger than a man. You can change this election. The youth, the young people, you graduating, you can change this election. It is your future. It is your future. The youth are our priorities. Our little children. Don't blame nobody. Why you should suffer because of our leaders and inability to make it right for you? Why you should suffer? Why our little children should be in the same dirty clothes whole day, no water to shower? They're selling cold water. And some of the parents, I agree, things are hard. But you send your child in the street. We met a boy right in front of what the place is, opposite CDC office there. This kid selling donor color. They picking sick, attach the picking skin, they fever. But see the thing the boss selling in. I even tried to purchase all the color just so that kid will go home. But who told you that kid wanted to go home? The kids who wanted to eat the money. See, because their role models. Their role models are crook. They see all the corruption in front of them. We're not training our children anymore. We don't know how our children go to bed. We don't know how the children eat. Some of them get up in the morning, they say they're gone. Some of them, when they come home, they sleep in the hallway. It's so sad, my people. We're begging y'all. We can make the difference for Liberia this time. We can vote right. There is no, okay, I want to clear this thing. CPP, the standard bearer and the vice standard bearer is Alexander Cummings. There is no ANC, there is no Liberty Party. It's CPP. Let me say this to you. We got people, I was in a community where I saw people pretending to be from ANC, but they were not ANC, they were sedition. Telling the people, oh, you know, ANC on the ballot, and if you don't see Mr. Cummings on the ANC, don't vote for Mr. Cummings. You think we ain't got sense. Don't let nobody fool you. A CPP, collaborating political parties. On the CPP logo, you will see ANC and Liberty Party. So I look at the guy, I said, come here. I say, you from ANC? Yes. After I started to chester him, he walked out. So that's the news they're taking around. Let me boss it up to you now. The other guy and Liberty and CDC going around and pretending to be Liberty Party members and pretending to be ANC members. They came and said, oh, you know, this coming voting time here. If you don't see ANC, that means, and that lie. But Mr. Cummings will be on the ANC. No, Mr. Cummings is CPP, my people. CPP, with the big logo, you see ANC and you see Liberty Party together. Only two parties, you will see the logo. So CPP, there is no ANC on the ballot. There is no Liberty Party on the ballot. On the ballot is CPP. Don't let them fool you. Because everything the past and the present is doing, they are all corrupt people. All they know how to do is to lie. They will call the radio station. They will flood the radio station. Right now, as we're speaking, trust me, they not give them data. They will call. We're waiting for the call, and I'm happy they listen to us. They listen to us. But guys, let that take a few break. I got a tape here to play. I want you to listen to Mr. Cummings speaking on unity. Unity. Mr. Cummings is telling you that no matter where you are, we are Liberians. So let us take a few minutes break. And we are on 96.1, the True FM radio station. So please, I want to put this disclaimer. This radio station has nothing to do with what we say. It has nothing to do with what we say. We are telling the truth and nothing but the truth. So I want us to take this short break. And I want you to please listen to what Mr. Cummings said the other day. This is the only man who going around talking to us, speaking to the nation. Even our president don't speak. The other people don't speak. All they want you to do, just vote for me. They want you to give them blank check. Just vote for me. When you vote for me, I will do it. No. Ask them, what will you do? Convince me. So listen to Mr. Cummings, please.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Okay, Siriki, you hear that? The time for babysitting is over. God bless Liberia. Enough is enough. We are tired. How many of our politicians you hear speaking to you? Mr. Cummings have been to 73 districts. Mr. Cummings was just recently in Maryland, went to River G, and went to other places. He drove. It's not an easy thing to go in the Southeast. Somebody call and say, why Mr. Cummings went through Ivory Coast? Mr. Cummings is not responsible to fix the roads in our country. But how many of you guys that went, the other people the other day went to Lofa County, coming back from Lofa County, they decided to go through Sierra Leone. Oh, they forgot. They forgot President Weah went to the Southeast one time. In 5 years of president, visited the Southeast. He's right in Monrovia. When was the last time the president of Liberia went to Pearl River? When was the last time the president of Liberia went to the border of Logatuo to inspect? When was the last time the president of Liberia went to San Pedro in Maryland County to see the border between Africa and Liberia? When was the last time? Or when was the last time the other side, the former ruling party, went to the Southeast to see the people, to say thank you for giving us the opportunity for 12 years? When was the last time? Liberians, listen, it is your right. It is your right. Liberia is in your hands. You can squeeze it to kill it, or you can let it go to survive. Your vote is your power. Your vote is your right. If you don't do the right thing, we always suffer. We always suffer. But the people who will suffer most are the people who cannot afford it. The people President Weah will not suffer. Eugene Namba will not suffer. Samuel Tua will not suffer. Everything will go down, but these guys got enough. Jefferson Koji will not suffer. You know what I'm saying? They will still survive. But we, the common people, that is why some of us, we on the radio station, because we want to come home and be job creator. We want to open our small business. But we don't want the government to steal from us too now. We don't want the government to put all kinds of regulation until you yourself confused. You can't even bring your business. Because I know if I employ one person, I employ one family right there. That is why today If you look at Mr. Cummings driver make the highest money in Liberia compared to any driver, and this driver pay taxes. Mr. Cummings cook make the highest money of anybody in Liberia making and selling and cooking. But the woman, these people pay taxes. You will not see people going to Mr. Cummings' office and house standing there because it's a system. You will not see people go to Mr. Cummings' personal office. When you want to see Mr. Cummings for politics, you go to the CPP administration office or you go to the CPP campaign office. It's a system. These children go to work 8 o'clock, they leave 4 o'clock. That is how we're supposed to work in Liberia. The labor law, if I go to work 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm finished. If I go to work 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm done. But we use our workers from in the morning to 12 o'clock. We use our cook. And I can brag about it. We got people that work for us. The girl come to work. She don't work on holidays. She don't work on Sundays. We told her, say, forget about Sundays. But 4 o'clock, that girl is out of the house because she come to work. By the time she get to that place, 8 o'clock, she's there. But this is what, because some of us, we understand labor, dignity of labor. The people that are cleaning your house, when the last time you told them thank you? The people that can sweep your yard, when the last time you told them thank you? If they don't sweep your yard, the yard will remain dirty. That is why dignity of labor. The people that are working to the airport, the RIA, you that travel every day that get money, when the last time you look at them and say thank you for cleaning up? When will we tell people thank you? If the man in the ministry don't clean our ministry, the ministry will be dirty. So the caution is say dignity of labor. You must respect the man for what he's doing. This man, his sweeping job will feed his family. That is why Mr. Cummings said you must have a living wage. That is why Mr. Cummings talk about the bowl of rice. You know, you can bring this bowl of rice. You and myself can get the same type of spoon, the eating spoon. But guess what? Sometimes you can follow your spoon.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and
Oh, okay. We lost the general there, trying to reconnect with him, and so we'll be opening the phone line very
Okay,
shortly.
I'm back on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think I hit something. You know that technology. So that little bowl of rice, you and myself can get the same spoon. I put my spoon in the rice. By the time I try to put my mouth on the rice will waste. That means I'm too greedy. The other man can take that same spoon. He follow his spoon. Nothing can waste. The hard life looking. They get some people who went to school. They will make more money. You that are not qualified, you will make money, but you'll be satisfied. You know you are a sweeper. But when they pay you for sweeping, you will be satisfied. They respect your sweeping. So even if you see the man sweeping, you will not put dirt on the floor because you respect that man. So that is why they get a bowl of rice. You must work. So, but if you try to eat too much, you will waste the rice because you're greedy. But when you take it, the one that you can eat and the one you can eat, hang your coat accordingly. So that's why we're telling you that bowl of rice is all what we about. So we're begging you together, we can build Liberia. Together, we can make Liberia better for everybody. So let's go to studio. Maybe we can take the calls and then we call it a shot. But please open your minds. No insult. You are free to speak. And that's it. Go ahead, Siddiqui.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to open the phone line maybe for the next 10 minutes. Then we'll close the line. So you can put your calls on 0776 339 is the number to call, or 0555 223827 on the Lone Star line, or 0776 339 0776 339 is the number to call, and you'll be live on Truth FM 96.1. Let's take our first caller on the line this morning. We lost that caller. So you can put in your call 0776 339 or 0555 223827. So let's take this first caller. Caller, good morning, good afternoon. Where's anywhere you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Alvin. I'm calling from Pakistan.
Okay, Mr. Arvin, make your point. You have 3 seconds.
Thank you very much for the platform of point. You know, we in La Brain, we don't read between the lines. We here to listen to lies. Only trying to do one or two things for the La Brain, trying to create jobs. But people think it will be fun. The expectation we have for the present government, I've seen it already. Because we feel that the president came from nowhere. We could do things for you put me down to a post in a year, put me down in a year, that. But a level we are like brain, and we read between the line and put the president coming back a level of who will answer for, who you will answer for that who will be in a sense of a court to get there for both the report. Now, a level we are like brain. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for your call. Thank you for your call. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Nima County.
Oh, you're calling from Nima County. Which part of Nima?
I'm calling from all the way to Plateau.
Okay, what's your name? What's your name?
My name is Ellis Bato.
Ellis, make your point. You have a few seconds.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for your platform. You know, you are preaching the message of President Kumi. It is going to be real. If tomorrow all the other Kumi
Oh wow, we lost our caller. But let's the line is too jammed, so you can put in your call on 077. Okay, let's take this other caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm going to be calling from Konya.
Okay, Mr. Joe, you have a few seconds.
Yes. I want to tell my friend people that Mr. Kumi can be a good candidate for now for 2023.
Okay, thank you. Let's take another caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, your line is bad. Your line is
I
bad.
need to move from the monitor. I don't know what they can.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm going to be calling from Konya.
Okay, Mr. Jim, you calling from Boja. Make your point quick. You have a few seconds.
Yeah, 2023 is a time for Kumi. Kumi is now reality to take over this country.
Are you determined that 2023 is not for him? You agree that he's qualified, he's the best person, but 2023 is not for him. Oh, we lost that man. It's a mini finish. But let's take another caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Thank you. My name is Kevin Batua, calling from Bam City, Nima County.
Okay, Mr. Kevin, calling from Nima. Make your point in a few seconds.
Well, thank you. Let me first of all appreciate the studio guests for their oration. And I want to disagree on a few things. The first one is he said we cannot put food on someone's table, which I disagree because in Lima, especially we are living in Benin, there is putting food on our table because
We lost that man. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? I mean, just away from your monitor. You call it just away from your monitor, or I will not be able to take you. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
yeah, I mean, I got calling from
Okay, Elijah, make a point.
yeah, I'm going to tell you who I got the discussion of when it comes to white leadership in this country. There's actually, we don't really know who is now white guys or someone that we know that will be made president for the country.
Okay, let's take another person. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Zona MJ, and I'm calling from Central Media to be Mr. Sakwiti.
Okay. Make a point.
Let me say thank you to your studio guests. He has said it correctly. The best person to take the country forward that they will face this country is Honorable Alexander Benedict Kumi and Councillor Charles Bronstein. These are people that their characters are very clean, and these are people that are internationally connected to move this country forward. This country has been destroyed over the 18 years, for the past 18 years. And these are people that are coming on board to face this country, to connect this country to the international community that will attract investors that will come to this country that will create more job opportunity. So we are constantly asking all of the Liberia to join us to make the next president Alexander Benedict Kumi and the past president Charles Bronstein. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. So let's take this other caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Good afternoon. Hello. The caller not really. So we'll take one more call. and then we will go back to our host. So if you want to call in, you can put in your call. I know the line is jam packed. So this caller will be our last caller. Let's take this call. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Frank Lang. I think you were Flower Town, District 14.
Okay, okay, make a point.
I don't want to especially look you by a conversation this morning. And that is something which was we had last week. I then you know, you went out. I didn't understand it. I think it'll be a truth. Like, it's a president, really, really bad stuff. Yeah, we need to take a good job, trying to create their own job and get their own thing. That's why we try to do something about the budget too. It doesn't matter where to bring power and all people and people. Maybe I'll put that and cannot put me to be on left president for 2023. Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I want to get me in the land in Cassie and my two people in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's say we will go back to our host. We're not taking any call again because of the time. Okay, let's take this call. Let's take this call. This is let's take this call. Oh wow, we lost this guy. But we'll maybe he will call back. Maybe he will call back. But that's general. You can be.
Okay. Thank you very much to all the people in Radio Land who make the
Okay,
call.
let's take this man. Let's take this call. Let's take this call.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hello. This is Sidiki.
Yeah, Siliki is speaking.
Well, my name is Bob Brown. I want to appreciate you for this show, you and your host. And actually, Mr. Comey is the best Kennedy that we have for now. Fiscal 1, Fiscal 2, they are the best. Let me look at something. Fiscal 1, Fiscal 2, they are the most clean party, clean Kennedy that we have right now. It's not like other Canadians said they are rescue one, but they also said they squander the Liberian people resources. They said they are rescue one, but they also said they were back like an old car. So I don't know where they are going. We don't understand. We really don't know because they are contradicting themselves. So we're going to put all our support behind Mr. Benedict Comey because we believe that he can change this country. Thank you,
Chief. Okay. So let's.
Yes.
I
want to say thank you. You got another call there?
No. Let's go back to our host because
I want to say thank you to all those who make the call. Some people said 2023 is not for Mr. Cummings, but Mr. Cummings is qualified. Mr. Cummings is good, but not 2023. I don't know how people determine the future of another man. If it's not 2023, it's when. If change is not now, it's when. And when will be your time? Because if you tell me Mr. Cummings is not his time, that means what about your children? What about your brother and sister who into politics? So please, only lazy politician argue that way. And I want to say thank you to the second to last caller who just said, and I'm so happy and proud that this station were able to was able to come up after giving the message, and someone came out and said, I was not for Mr. Cummings, but now I will vote for Mr. Cummings. This is not about me. This is not about Ellis Cummings. This is not about the individual. This is about Liberia. We ourselves must make the difference. I am on this show purposely for people who do not support Mr. Cummings. People who fail to research. I want you got your smartphone in your hand. I want you to do your own research on Mr. Cummings. Who is Mr. Cummings? Who is Charlene Bromsky? You do it yourself. Please do not envy someone because you think they got. And it's so sad for us in Liberia. When you go to school, you conga man. You get money, you conga man. When you poor, you country man. Amen. If you don't know book, you pon. There is no way. So don't tell me about this is not his time. But you can't even criticize him. You can't even say he's not qualified. He has the contact. He is the most qualified man to fix the economy. Charlie is the most qualified person right now to instill law and order in Liberia. You see the two things we've been looking for, and we got it. We're looking for someone to fix the economy, for us to get job. Job is the number one priority. And we must also support and protect our people. We must fight corruption. We must go against people who go in people's houses in the night to steal. So these are the things we must do. We must protect the businessmen when they bring in their money. Bad government, good money can come to bad government. So that's why we're asking you. Mr. Cummings, he's the most experienced and most qualified Liberian to fix our economy. The other side don't have it. I will be honest with you. The other side do not have it. Mr. Cummings, a businessman, he know what it means for a businessman to succeed. Business people can build the country. You cannot sell cold water through all your life. You must also have a cold water company. Instead of selling cold water, you can get cold water company. You can be in a market house throughout. You can also open your small little shop, just like a business, like the Fula man, or the Mandingo man, or the Pele man, or the Gio man, or the Lebanese man. You can do the same thing. We talk about liberalization policy. We cannot afford to see a foreigner doing the same business that you doing. They're supposed to be a wholesaler, not to be a retailer. So my people, whether we like it, we like it, we got to fight for Liberia. We will continue to fight for Liberia. We will continue to tell you because you are smart. But all our other people there, our other people trying to tell you, say, oh, don't worry, I've been there for 30 years, I can fix it. No, 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 no. If you knew how to fix it, you're going to fix it long time. Oh, Mr. Cummings don't have governmental experience. If governmental experience have brought us this far, all the governmental experience, what happened today? What happened with us today, my people? We don't have it. Liberia is still stuck in a mud that we cannot even get out of the mud because everybody still got the same old ideas. We need new ideas. Other country is moving. Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Senegal. The president came from somewhere, went abroad and trained and learned and came back to the country. Why, if our people come back home, you vest with them? If somebody go to Europe for 30, 40 years, they come home, then you vest. Then you say, oh, you are not here all the time. Why now? Then because the man won't get into politics, now you vest. Only poor man supposed to get into politics. No, 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 no. When Ellis Cummings is elected, he will be the first Liberian who retired and will make him president. He will be the first Liberian who got money, who worked so hard, and he don't need our money. He said, I don't want the salary. Because Mr. Can you imagine 6 years? Ask yourself, 6 years going today, Mr. Cummings is not working, but nobody can tell you, say, oh, I work for Mr. Cummings, he didn't pay me. Nobody can come and say, oh, and Mr. Cummings promised me this, and he didn't give it to me. Mr. Cummings said, I do not promise what I can give. So, but we can do it together. He never said, he said, I promise you, we can do it. Look what he told the disadvantaged youth. He told them the truth. Giving our children money in the street will not solve it. We want to teach people how to fish. We beg you, my people. Ellis Cummings is the best. And I know in your heart, you will vote for Ellis Cummings. I know. And let me tell you something. I will not be surprised if President we ain't enter the second round. This thing can be between us. But at the same time, I know Mr. Cummings will win the first round. Mr. Cummings is the next president of Liberia. You will understand it by August. You will get to know it on your own. Because for us Liberians, it takes us time. We love people for no reason. But Mr. Cummings will be the next president. The people, me, you, will vote for Mr. Cummings. Go ahead, Sidiki.
Yeah, we already exhausted the time. So the guys asking me already.
Okay, thank you very much. So on Friday, we'll get, and frankly, we said one of the founding member of the CO, he's in America, once former citizen, we'll bring it on Friday. And also, we're trying to adjust ourselves and we'll bring panelists on, we'll bring people, we invite the young people. This show is targeting the young. So thank you very much, Sidiki. Thanks to the family people of True FM. And don't forget, Wednesday will be on at the same time, same station. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. I love you guys.
Okay, folks, so that's how we come to the end of this program today. This is a general show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Until then, see you on Wednesday. We'll take our closing song, which will be done by our producer in the studio there. But thank you very much. It was a good one because this is Liberia, and we'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, thank you very much, and I see you on Wednesday. I got a trip to make. I will be traveling. Pray for me for a safe travel, and I'm taking my son to a university. He was invited for some tryout. So, as a parent, I'll be leaving from here soon. Maybe in the next 30 minutes, I'll be leaving from here. So, just pray for me for a safe travel, and you will hear from me on Wednesday, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe today again. But I am driving to where I'm going because I love to drive anyway. And my son and I, it's almost like a father-son thing that we'll be doing today. So thank you very much. God bless you. Share the video. To those of you on Facebook, like who don't believe and who think they chose not to believe, I wish you the best. But when Liberia change, the change is for you and I. Thank you very much. And God bless you. I love you. I don't hate no man. This is my favorite quote in the Bible, and I want you to use that too. It's Matthew 5:8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Yes. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And also, I will leave this with you. A special quote by Albert Payne, that whatever you do for yourself, it will die with you. But whatever you do for others and the world as a whole will remain as immortal. So if you're a selfish guy and you think you got your money, you got your degree, and you want to be very selfish, when you die, it finished. But when you share with other people and you make your life to shine the lives of other people, when you die, it will remain. Your children will benefit from it. No matter how long you keep a lizard in the water, it will never turn to a crocodile. So no matter how long you keep doing the same thing and you keep guessing, you will never get that change that you're looking for. So the change is in your hands, it's in my hands. Liberia is at the center point of you and I. You love CDC, you love UP, and I'm supporting CPP. We all want the good for Liberia. But you guys choose to close your eyes to the truth. To close your eyes to the truth. But all I will tell you, who am I? I can put it into your head. Your decision is your decision. No decision is right until it is right. But when you're making a decision, think about it. Pray about it. That is why sometimes our decisions are right. Because we don't just make it. We don't just follow. If I were looking for a friend to enjoy myself in government, I will be running behind this government. Every one of them, I know them. When I lost my mother, I received a call and contribution from Eugene Nangwe. I received a call from President Weah, a text message from the President of the Republic of Liberia, sending me a condolence message, sorry for the loss of your mother. May her soul rest in peace. He texted me. But Liberia is what we're talking about. Liberia is what we're talking about. If I were looking for a rich person, I was going to follow my brother. But Liberia is our priorities. To you, you want to benefit from Liberia. That's the only way you can help. No, you don't have to. And sometimes you think that, oh, because I got it, I should go and create job. If I want to, it's part of generosity. If I want to. Oh, let Mr. Cummings bring companies. Why you vote for Bernard Ure? Why you vote for Oscar Cooper? Thank you very much. God bless you all, and I love you. Bye for now. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what you say? Yeah, I'm done.